Many blessings to you. I hope that you guys are doing really well. How are you? I just recorded a video for you guys and I didn't realize that I had my headphones plugged in, and so when I went to view it, it had no volume. Retrograde? No. Carelessness? Not looking? Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to try to recap. Obviously there was a reason why I had to redo this, and so we're gonna leave it open to know why. But yeah, so I wanted to come on. I was inspired this morning to talk a little bit about energy, attunements, initiations, a rite of passage, and just to share on what my observations on those beautiful experiences may be. Of course, there's never right or wrong here. I always invite the viewers to see what resonates. I attuned a beloved last week, and I don't know, I found myself just observing that many beautiful beings who are called to receive an initiation, whether it be Reiki or an initiation in shamanic apprenticeships, which there also is an initiation process, or many of the other modalities, beautiful modalities that are out there. It is basically a yearning, right? A yearning. And so when I think of an attunement, I think of it more so as a rite of passage, an individual who is yearning to grow and to expand. And I envision the attunements more like stepping into an elevator. I love to use that analogy of being ready to step into the elevator of ascension, of saying that you're ready to be taken higher to another level of consciousness. Isn't that beautiful, right? And in that respect, then an attunement doesn't necessarily have to be pursued by someone who wants to be a practitioner. Although, by virtue of an attunement, whether it be shamanic or Reiki based, every level does, of course, open the doors for the initiate to be a practitioner. But there it is, you know, by virtue of what? Of receiving these symbols in Reiki. And I like to envision the symbols then being keys that open doorways or portals to what? Another level of consciousness. So it's such a beautiful experience when we're able or allow ourselves to look at it from that perspective, that we're saying yes, you know, in the shamanic realm. It's about stepping in. Stepping in is a great, an empowering affirmation that's continuously used in shamanism about, are you ready to step in? Are you stepping in with conviction? Are you stepping in with the manifestation that all is here, on and so forth? Because when we step in, we're showing up. And we're showing up with trust, faith, with, again, conviction. And so, yeah, I find it interesting because there are some who feel that they need to pursue an attunement just so that they can be of service, you know, and perhaps to be able to say that we've earned, you know, a certification. And while that's all really wonderful, of course, it's really wonderful when we receive an attunement and we value what it really represents, what it really signifies for the self and growth, you know, because then we own it, you know, and we're proud of our achievements, and it inspires us to continue to grow. And yeah, and so a lot of my beloveds who I've attuned are not necessarily practitioners, and they don't need to become one unless they have a desire. But nonetheless, the attunements have been a great platform elevator for them to step into a higher grade level of awareness, of being awakened, a rite of passage, right? I don't know why I had to share that this morning. Almost had the feeling that maybe some, the Lion's Gate is around the corner. We're talking about shamanism and Reiki, but this can be applicable to any initiation, any prelude to any gateway that's opening, and of course the Lion Gates is a powerful one. We know that the Syrians, which are part of the Lion's Gate, are 12-dimensional beings, and they're great guardians, but they're also great teachers, and they offer us an amazing gift of bringing those high dimensional energies into our realm. And the readiness that we may each individually have plays a great part in how we can assimilate that energy. Just because it enters our hemisphere doesn't mean that we're gonna automatically be able to harness all of that energy. So readiness is, of course, stepping in and being ready for it is a protocol. How do we do that? How can we do that? Well, I know that for myself, I'm a stickler about asking the beloveds to do purifying work, pardon letters. I've spoken about that in so many of the shares. I think it's such a must for any level of growth, because we've all had trauma, we've all been hurt, we've all had unpleasant experiences, childhoods, and if we carry those wounds energetically, if we carry those feelings energetically, then they're going to hold space within our template. And anything that holds space, right, then there's very little room for other energies to be introduced. And so with all the intention that we may have, if we're already filled, especially with lower vibrational energy that can equate to emotions and feelings, then these high vibrational energies are going to have a very difficult time of penetrating through your template. And so the release work, the pardon letter is such an amazing tool, and it's not always easy to do. I've written 16 books. That exercise is in at least 10 of those books, if not more. Why? Because I believe it is a vital tool that allows us the ease to then be able to be ready to step into the elevator and to raise our consciousness. Most of the time, of course, I have individuals who I'm working with send me the pardon letters or bring them into the office so that we can review them together. And one of the reasons why I do that is because there's basically a twofold process to the pardon letters. You are allowed to puke and to express, all the anger or disappointment or rage that you may have as a result of a traumatic experience with an individual, because we need to let it out. But the second part of that pardon letter is rendering the radical forgiveness. And most of the time when we're doing the puking, we may not, we may stay on that part, which is important, and not render the forgiveness. And in that sense, the pardon letters are not really complete, and we don't create the sacred inner space that we need to be ready then to receive a higher vibrational energy. And so I've learned through the years to critique the pardon letters, to ensure that the process is done correctly, fully, completely, because then what can happen is we feel that the process doesn't work, and it absolutely does, without a shadow of a doubt. And of course, I just mentioned it's in a couple of my books, that Heart and Letter Regimen, if you're interested, or I've worked with many through distance sessions in getting this work accomplished, because it's so vital. But yeah, we're just a few days away from the opening. The energies are already here, by the way, of the Lion's Gate, and so maybe that's why I was inspired to share a little bit about attunements, and how we can prepare ourselves, be in the best place to receive those energies, right? Anyway, I want to tell you also that I pulled 3 cards in the video that had no audio, and they were so important that I'm actually going to look for them, and you're going to trust me, right? Because they were so amazing. The first card that I pulled was Passion Ignited, and I felt a resonance to what I'm sharing, being ready, stepping in, allowing your spirit to, almost like a rocket, the fire of the rocket, ready to take off. Don't be afraid to, express yourself creatively, and to give life to your passion, whatever it is. This is the moment to really allow your passionate, creative, spiritual side to have an expression, to have a voice in the expression of that passion. Powerful, right? Second card was Spiritual and Material Prosperity, and I found it very interesting because I don't have a technical definition. I don't look at these cards and know that that's what it means. I allow Spirit to speak, or the Oracle to speak, as the cards are viewed. And this was about the balance of first receiving beautiful spiritual alchemy, whether it's in blessings, opportunities, or in money, and knowing the balance, respecting the balance of paying it forward, of whether it's helping others, whether it's tying, am I saying that right? Ties, like donations or whatever, making sure that it goes full circle, and this way the flow of the material and the spiritual blessings continue to flow to you, to others, and back, so making sure that when you're blessed, that it's reciprocated, that it's put out there. Yes. And then the last card was the best card, I think, New Beginnings. And I love this card because it's about stepping in, showing up with no boundaries here, being ready, stepping into that place of trust, of readiness, and knowing that the universe, that the energies that are here to support you. There is no looking back. There is nothing but taking that step deeper and deeper into your purpose, and knowing that you are surrounded, that you are supported, that you have many guides, many ancestral energy, celestial energy. I feel like the foundation is there and it's just waiting for you to take that step. And I absolutely love this card because it's like, come on, you're ready, take that step, and so I hope that those cards spoke to you. I hope you're ready. I hope that you allow your passion to ignite. I hope that you remember the balance between the material and the spiritual, which means that whatever we receive as far as blessings, that we pay it forward. This way we keep the cycle moving. I think it was really beautiful, that reading, but of course I love to hear from you and see if it resonated. And I hope that the little share on attunements and how we can optimally harness these beautiful gateway energies was helpful. Perhaps you're thinking of being called for an initiation, to receive an attunement. And again, if you are, it's my humble but bold observation that we don't need to be a practitioner, necessarily a light worker, in order to receive those beautiful initiations. We just need to be ready and willing to step into the cosmic ascension elevator and to be upgraded. And in that sense, the attunements are a gateway. Yes? I love you guys. It was really great connecting. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't see anything else plugged in. I apologize. There was a viewer from the last video who said she couldn't hear me. I had a fan blowing in the background. And so hopefully you can today. And as always, I leave you with my love, with my light, and with my peace. I will definitely be back before the Lion's Gate Apex, which is 8/8. And if there's anything that you would like, a topic or a subject that you would like me to do a share on, by all means, share it in the comments, and I would be more than happy to do a share on it. Yes? I hope you have an amazing day, you guys. Love you. Stay cool.